Good morning, everyone. Janie here. Welcome back to my neighbor's garden, Gwen, across the street. So last week I introduced this project to you guys. Gwen is my wonderful, wonderful neighbor right across the street. She is a high school teacher and she has been dealing with landscaping issues in her backyard. She has very strong opinions on what she wants. I was making fun of her, calling her picky, but she made it clear to me that she has strong opinions. So we like to give each other a hard time about that. We went to the garden center last week and we went through, literally up and down every single aisle. And we just went through and she pointed out what she liked and what she didn't like. And there was a couple things that we landed on that she really liked. And so we decided to grab them and put them right here. This is her beautiful koi pond. She just got the irrigation all fixed in her backyard and they put mulch down. So honestly, all the hard work is done. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna come and I'm gonna plant some of the plants that she picked out right there, just to give the koi pond more of like a lush look, which she's is what she's looking for. She doesn't like a lot of color. She doesn't like a lot of stuff going on. She likes green. She likes lush. She likes kind of like thin, ferny kind of foliage plants. So now that I've spent the day with her and I've talked to her about what she wants, I feel like I have a much better idea of what she's looking for and what she keeps asking for, and what, she's hired a couple landscape designers and they just haven't really, they did beautiful plants. I was obsessed with one of them that she showed me, but they just weren't what she wants. So this project is kind of a little different because we're just going through and we're really figuring out what this wonderful woman wants in her backyard, and it's her backyard. She has every right to pick exactly what she wants. So my plan for today, I'm sorry, my throat, there is a fire, of course. It's mid-July. This time of year is so tough in California because we get so many wildfires, and you wake up in the morning and you step outside and you can feel the smoke and it gets in your throat and everything like that. So there's a fire. I think I looked it up. It looks like it's just a brush fire, so it's nothing too bad. But it's, it's like getting in my throat. So I'm gonna keep swallowing and clearing my throat while I'm talking. So my plan for today is it's really pretty simple what I have to do. I just have to dig the holes and I just have to put the plants in, and like I said, the irrigation's already done, the mulch is already done. So she's out walking her dogs right now, so she should be back pretty soon, but I'm just gonna get started with this. Construction is still going on in my house. I feel like you guys could probably hear the drill and the saws that are going on. It's intense over there. It's kind of nice to come and escape here. And this is such a beautiful backyard. With the fountain and everything like that, and there's shade. It's supposed to get up to triple digits today. So hopefully I can get this all done before it gets too hot. If I have to take a break and come back tomorrow, I will definitely plan on doing that, because that's kind of just what you have to do in these dog days of summer where it just gets way too hot. And if the smoke gets too bad, I hope not. I'm also going to stop as well. Okay, so let me show you guys what Gwen picked out. So here's a quick overview of the pond. It's absolutely gorgeous. She's got some big koi in there. I keep calling this a fountain, waterfall. Waterfall. And back here is where I'm going to be working today, in this kind of whole area. I have to ask her, but I know she doesn't like these grasses, so I might take those out. But some of the stuff we picked out, so the stuff that we got at the garden center, are these euphorbia right here. Aren't they beautiful? I'm kind of obsessed with them. They're called Miner's Merlot. And they have these beautiful red stems, and let's see, so compact new foliage is dark burgundy, dark green foliage with age. Let's see, sun to light shade, hardy to 0 degrees, moderate watering. So I just think it's perfect. Euphorbia does really well in our climate. It actually kind of takes over sometimes, but I don't think she's gonna mind if this takes over back by her pond, because I think it'll be absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, so we're gonna plant these. Aren't these beautiful? These redwood trees here, oh my goodness, I love them. So I think I want to plant, or she wants to plant. Her and I have been talking about it. Some southern sword ferns kind of around here to make it like really like foresty. Oh, I just think it'll be so pretty if we get this whole backyard done. I'm really excited about it, but we have to take our time with it. So let me go around the corner. So this is around the corner of her house, and these are pygmy date palms. We saw these at the garden center, and then I was at Home Depot and I saw them for a much better price. So last night I went and I picked up 3 of them. They get to about 6 feet tall, is I think what they were saying. So 4 to 5 feet wide, and I think they get about 6 feet tall is what I was looking at. You can kind of see a picture right there. And she was obsessed with these. She loved these when we saw them at the garden center. So I think they will be perfect. I got 3. I'm just going to put 3 in a line right behind the pond, and then plant the euphorbia all around it. So honestly, I feel like this is, other than the fact that these plants are pretty, these root balls are pretty intense. I feel like this is going to be a pretty easy project. Look at what I wore today. I wore boots. I am not wearing my Birkenstocks today because I knew I was going to be doing mostly digging, and she has that shredded bark mulch. I think it's cedar, and I didn't want to get a bunch of splinters in my toes. So I am prepared. I have all the plants. I have all my tools back here in my little wagon. Right across the street is my house. Right over there, you can see my crepe myrtle, and I am ready to go. All right, so here's what I have so far. I just kind of curved the palms this way. Now, they are a full sun plant, but what I was looking at, they can handle part shade. And you guys have to remember, our sun is intense here. So when she gets dappled light, you know, there's light through here. So I actually think that these date palms are going to be fantastic. And we don't need them to grow to their full height. Even like half their height would be totally fine. They grow about 1 to 2 feet per year. But I think that they're going to be really, really happy here. I think that they're going to do totally fine. And you know, thrive. Honestly, I think they're gonna thrive. So then I have these euphorbia kind of all around here. Those can handle a little bit more shade, but I just think that everything's gonna be super, super happy in this spot. Yeah, so I kind of just dotted it around, put it in groups of 3s, 2, 3, and then brought it up around the waterfall like that. So as soon as she gets back from her walk, I'm gonna ask her if she likes this, and then I will go ahead and get started. I do have to say, the contractors who put the drip in, they put way too much in. I think they put 3 or 4 lines of inline drip emitters, 1/2-inch inline drip emitters, and you can see it's kind of boggy at this point. So I think I am gonna have to cap some of the lines, so that would be a little bit extra stuff I have to do today, but that should be fine, not a big deal. Okay, I'm glad I asked. She came out here and she showed me what she wanted. So basically what she wants is she wants equidistance, the euphorbia kind of lining the pond. So I'm really glad I asked because I wasn't imagining that. I was imagining more groupings and stuff like that, but it looks pretty and I am gonna get started. right, so here we are. Every gardening project runs into issues, and I know that, but I feel like this one is running into quite a few issues. So Gwen was always having trouble with this garden because her irrigation wouldn't turn on. So she hired an irrigation landscaper to come in, totally redo the whole thing. It cost her a pretty penny, and now it won't turn off. So when I got here and I started planting this first palm over there, I asked Gwen, I said, why is your drip system, when is it supposed to go off? And she didn't know. So I went over to the box and it was set for an hour. And so I turned it down to 20 minutes. 20 minutes later, it was still going on. So I went, okay, so it must be stuck on or something like that. So I went and I turned the whole thing off. So then I continued planting these euphorbia. They look beautiful. They look great. It was basically mud, except for right over here on the hill that I was planting in. And I checked it again, and it's still, the drip system was still going. And I thought, oh my gosh. So I had Gwen call the guy. She left a message, her irrigation contractor. And then I started planting this palm. And look at this. So I got to do something about it. I got to turn off her system or something like that. So I'm going to go find her. I don't even know what you call them. These things over here. I'm going to go find them and see if I can mess with them. This did happen to our house. We had one of our zones get stuck on, and I forget what Jason did. He did something and he was able to fix it. Let's see which one is on. This one right here. I can feel because it's kind of vibrating. So I'm going to turn this. There we go. And it's off. You guys see what I did just there? So I feel like that is going to turn the whole thing off, like for good. So he still has to come. The irrigation contractor still has to come and fix it. But at least we won't be dealing with a flood like in the next 20 minutes or something like that. Good. Whew. I'm glad I did that. I was getting really nervous. Okay, so let's check to make sure it's off. Here we go. This is one that I was looking at that kept, it wouldn't, okay, so that's finally off. Okay, so we finally got it off. This is the one that I was watching and it just kept going and going and going and it wouldn't stop. This is an in-drip, I'm blanking on the name now, in-drip tubing emitter. So there's an emitter inside the tube. So that's why I was watching that one right there. Yeah, it's like a bog back here. Look at this, you guys. Oh my gosh. So I am not going to plant in this hole today because I don't want to kill these date palms with too much water. So I'm going to let that drain. I'm going to clean all this stuff up. I'll talk to Gwen. I'm going to clean all this stuff up. I'll put this back in its can. So there's 2 left that I don't have planted right now. And then I'm just going to let everything dry out. And I'll come back tomorrow and I'll see kind of what's going on. Again, this one I planted and it was pretty muddy. I mean, pretty muddy. Like I had to change my gloves. I had on these leather rose pruning gloves because these pygmy date palms can be pretty spiky. There's Rachel. They can be pretty spiky, so they can kind of stick you. So these were protecting me, but they got so wet and so muddy, I had to change them. So that's the kind of mud, and we don't get this muddy here, you guys. We are so dry. It hasn't rained in months. So it's all the drip system problem. It's just a mess right now. Rachel, no! No. No. Naughty girl. Okay, I am a sweaty mess, just trying to clean up all that mud. I am not used to working with mud. It's so much heavier than dirt. So I got my exercise in for the day, that's for sure. So I got everything planted except for these 2 palms, and we're just gonna have to wait. So at least the system is turned off, so at least the flood is not getting worse, but now the drip system's not on, so hopefully he comes tomorrow, or I don't know when. We're gonna keep bugging him. So the conclusion of this project, it is to be continued. I will definitely keep you guys updated. It's been about 20 minutes since I turned off the water. Let me show you the hole that I dug though. So even after 20 minutes, and it is still flooding. I mean, what are the odds? I never wear my boots. And what are the odds that I wear my boots on the day that I'm dealing with Tons and tons of water and mud. Maybe I jinxed this whole project by wearing these. I don't know. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry I couldn't finish the whole thing, but it will be done soon. We will get Gwen's project done soon. And I hope you all have a chance to get into your garden today, and I hope you don't have any irrigation issues.